Welcome to another edition of Not Just Giants. I'm your host, Matt, and today I'm going to talk about Sunday's roller coaster of a game between the Cardinals and the Giants in the desert. Let's get into it. This was the kind of game where if you watched it in a bar, you'd be drunk at halftime crying over your beer for a season that felt so promising, but after 2 weeks was devastatingly over. But as the Giants began to climb out of that 20-0 and 28-7 holes, your consumption became less depressed, more hopeful and frenzied, until that final whistle blew on the 31-28 Giants victory, which necessitated multiple celebratory rounds. As a stay-at-home dad with 2 young children at home, for me this Giants win was dry but sweet. Though at halftime I too saw the 2023 season flash before my eyes, as the 2022 38-7 playoff loss to the Eagles, the 40-0 curb stomping from the Cowboys, and the 20-0 halftime dominance by the tanking Cardinals made me start to wonder if starting a New York Giants channel in 2023 might not have been the best idea I've ever had. Although I hate losing, I'm okay with it when you give it everything you have, but the other team with the better roster just shows they're better than you. The Dallas game had some fluky plays to start, and the Cowboys are talented enough this year, especially on defense, to bury teams when they get ahead. But falling behind to the Cardinals the way we did, when we're clearly the more talented team, was not only intolerable, it was inexplicable. In the end though, talent and execution from every unit won the day for the Giants as they turned a 28-7 deficit into a 31-28 win. Even without left tackle Andrew Thomas and the loss of left guard Ben Bredeson to a concussion midway through the game, the offensive line featuring Josh Ezeudu at left tackle, Mark Lewinsky at left guard, John Michael Schmitz at center, Marcus McKethan at right guard, and Evan Neal at right tackle collectively did a solid job of protecting Daniel Jones. Jones spread the ball around to Darren Waller, Darius Slayton, and Isaiah Hodgins, and also had enough time to connect with rookie Jalen Hyatt on a couple of deep balls in the second half that really sparked the offense as it started to cut into Arizona's lead. Despite in the first half having a drop pass that hit him in the hands and led to a costly interception, Saquon Barkley was a huge part of this comeback, as he scored twice, the first time on the ground and the second through the air. Late in the game, when Barkley was gang tackled while trying to burn clock before Graham Gano's game-winning field goal, he limped off the field with a sprained ankle that will likely cause him to miss the next 2 to 3 weeks. On defense, like the offense, they played poorly in the first half and much better in the second half. Arizona running back James Conner rushed for over 100 yards. QB Josh Dobbs trucked Xavier McKinney inside the 5 to score a rushing TD, and particularly in the first half, Dobbs faced very little pressure from the Giants' defensive front. But in the second half, when the Giants' offense started clicking and the D needed stops, although they failed to sack Dobbs, which is concerning, they did manage to get more pressure on him, and the much ballyhooed, seemingly improved in the offseason run defense tightened up, as they got the stops when they needed them at critical times in the game. The Giants will have their work cut out for them on Thursday against the 2-0 49ers, but at least they can now, after this stirring win, go into that game with some confidence-building momentum. And the schedule doesn't get much easier after that, as the next 3 games are home against the Seahawks and 2 consecutive road games against Miami and Buffalo. Let's go!